Get ready, fans of The Boys. Gen V reminds us all that it's coming to a close very soon. We just got the final episode of Gen V's second season. Sure, the overall outcome of the episode wasn't all that surprising, but the cameos and tie-ins to The Boys certainly were. And you know what? That final battle with Kodokan was pretty good, you have to admit. With all that being said, let's dive into Gen V's Season 2 finale, the 2 cameos we got, and what the ending means for the final season of Amazon Prime's The Boys. Just 8 episodes in, and Gen V Season 2 has wrapped up, but it's left some massive questions in the air, not only for fans of this series, but for fans of The Boys as well. Gen V's final episode was massive, and it perfectly sets up the final season of Amazon Prime's other series, The Boys. So let's dive into exactly what happened and how it ties to the counterpart series. Sure, the Gen V Season 2 finale wasn't all that shocking, like I said, for the most part. I'd say it was pretty predictable, but that doesn't mean it's not integral to the overall story. Thomas Kodokan, played by Ethan Slater, injected himself with Compound V during a fatally failing lab experiment back in 1967. The timing of these 2 events gave him body manipulation powers, basically allowing him to control other people's bodies, thus making him essentially immortal. What is this Compound V? Well, it's actually the same variant that Soldier Boy, Jensen Ackles, and Stormfront, Aya Cash, received, which granted them their powers and inhumanly long lifespan. So what is Ethan Slater's plan? Well, he basically tries manipulating or mind-controlling enough of the less threatening soups from the Kodokan U campus in order to give himself enough power to eventually puppet Homelander. Pretty solid plan, right? Only problem is his girlfriend. Ariana Grande? No, okay, I'm kidding. Little joke for all my Wicked fans out there. Kodokan's girlfriend, Sister Sage, needs Homelander for this mysterious Phase 2 she's been planning that was actually mentioned back in The Boys Season 4 finales.
Buckle up for Phase 2.
So she allows Polarity to attack Kodokan, as he's one of the very few people with powers that can rival his. At the same time, Marie Moreau is also scheming. She rallies up her team and sneaks up on Kodokan when he least expects it, and when he's least ready for it. Using all his power to control the soups, he is unable to fend off Marie and her crew. After a pretty cool Season 2 final battle, Harper manages to steal Kodokan's powers. There's a bit more to this episode, but you get the gist. Now, let's get into those Season 2 finale cameos. Okay, we'll get to the cameos in a second, but Gen V actually has a couple other references to The Boys throughout the series. I already mentioned that Sister Sage's Phase 2 plan was mentioned back in Season 4 of The Boys. I mean, just within the first 3 episodes of Gen V Season 1, we got over 10 Easter eggs from The Boys. Kodokan University itself is a massive callback. Queen Mauve, A-Train, and The Deep are all alumni, and of course, Season 1 had its own fair share of cameos. But let's discuss the best cameo of the series so far. After Polarity reveals that Vought is coming, the team decides to get the heck off campus. So, is that it for Gen V then? It's pretty easy to think so. When asked by Sam whether or not they'll come back, Polarity responds, "Don't plan on it." But that doesn't last long. As they're on the run, we get our 2 biggest cameos of the series, Starlight and January, and A-Train, who welcome them to the Resistance. Plus, A-Train actually gets the last line of the season. "You guys are rebels now, let's act like it." And that brings us to The Boys Season 5. Really quick though, some fans were skeptical on whether or not we'd be getting a mid-credits and/or end-credits scene for the Gen V Season 2 finale, but we didn't this time around. Honestly though, it's probably for the best. A-Train's monologue discussing the growing threat of Homelander was the perfect segue into The Boys Season 5. After all, it's the final season of the show. I think maintaining secrecy is the best route to go. Gen V Season 1 led us into The Boys Season 4, and it seems the writers are doing the same thing with Season 2 and Season 5 of the 2 series. In fact, Eric Kripke, one of the overseers of the franchise, stated in an interview with The Wrap that The Boys Season 5 will take place about 6 months after Gen V Season 2 ends. We already know that Sister Sage's Phase 2 has to come up again, right? It's been mentioned multiple times throughout the franchise, so it will most likely be what Season 5 of The Boys is centered around. So, in the 6 months between Gen V's Season 2 finale and The Boys' Season 5 premiere, I'm guessing Sister Sage has been cooking something up to get her plan ready for action. Will Gen V appear in The Boys Season 5? We have to think so. I mean, the final monologue in the Season 2 finale indicates that they're ready to join the Resistance, meaning there's no way they'd be sidelined for the final battle. I don't think they'll take center stage by any means, but they'll most likely be there for support in the final battle, whatever that looks like. If not, I'd have to question the purpose of Season 2's final scene. Let's remember Chekhov's gun, please. If you're going to tease the Gen V's rise into the Resistance, you better use it. We already know that Season 5 will be the final season of The Boys, so does that mean a third season of Gen V is out of the picture? Not necessarily. Apparently, Amazon Prime is taking a look at their numbers. Depending on how well Season 2 of Gen V does, they'll renew the show for another season. However, this is most likely pretty far down the road, as I'd have to think this alleged third season will take place after The Boys Season 5. Kripke is certainly open to the idea. He said, as long as there's an interesting story to tell and new facets to reveal, I'm in. He also said that The Boys universe post-Season 5 is a fascinating universe, and he'd think it'd be a blast to put the Gen V kids in the middle of it. But like I said, this is pretty far down the road, most likely. After all, we don't even have a release date for The Boys Season 5, but we know it's probably sometime in 2026. Aside from The Boys and Gen V, remember, we do have a few other projects on the horizon. Vought Rising is a spin-off series set in the 1950s and will star Soldier Boy, Stormfront, and a mysterious new character named Bombsight, played by Mason Dye. Supposedly, he'll also appear in the final season of The Boys. This series will also most likely release after Season 5 of The Boys, as it's still in production, but it sounds really intriguing, a twisted murder mystery about the origins of Vought. Finally, The Boys Mexico is currently in production as well, but we don't have a lot of info on that series as of yet. Just that it won't necessarily feature characters we are familiar with. Sadly, we did get news that The Boys animated series Diabolical will not be moving forward in production for Season 2, as the team believed the views just didn't justify it. Hear that? If you want a third season of Gen V, you better get binging. As you can probably tell by now, although The Boys is coming to a close with its 5th season, the universe created by Garth Ennis' original comic books isn't going anywhere. There's a lot to explore, and it seems that the showrunners have a million different ideas on how to take this series in a unique direction for the future. Gen V is just the beginning, and I think its Season 2 finale will prove, with time, to have reshaped The Boys' endgame. What did you think of these Gen V theories? Let me know your thoughts about the Season 2 finale in the comments. Would you like to see the cast return for a third season, or are you more excited about some of the other projects I mentioned that could expand the universe even farther? Are there any connections to The Boys and Gen V that you noticed that I missed here? And of course, I want to hear your favorite part of the Season 2 finale. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more theories just like these. Thanks again for watching ScreenRant, and I'll see you in the next one.